The Voluntary Guidelines on the Responsible Governance of Tenure of Land, Fisheries and Forestry in the context of National Food Security (VGGT) were endorsed by the Committee on World Food Security in May 2012. Sierra Leone has dual land tenure system that was introduced by the British during the colonial time. The freehold and leasehold tenure system commenced in and around Freetown, the capital of the country, and the customary land tenure system for the provinces. The Voluntary Guidelines on the Responsible Governance of Tenure of Land, Fisheries and Forestry in the context of National Food Security was introduced in Sierra Leone in 2014 to guide the government as the country positioned itself to reform old land laws.
The voluntary guidelines for responsible governance of land, of tenure of land, forests and fisheries is one priority which brought about FAO, the government of Sierra Leone and the government of Germany into a tripartite agreement in 2014. And that was based on a request from the government of Sierra Leone that this program should be piloted in Sierra Leone.
It consists of certain principles that the government can refer to in the management of natural resources. It also consists of principles that we can use to review the existing laws on the management of natural resources.
Everything, every aspect of the land, on the land issue of the VGGT is now domesticated. What we are now left to do is to look at the fisheries and the forestry sector.
Soon after the passing of the voluntary the VGGT, Sierra Leone was one of the first member states to commit on its implementation. Reason, it recognized the importance of the guidelines and what it can do for improving the responsible governance of natural resources in Sierra Leone.
To actualize the implementation of the VGGT, the government of Sierra Leone, with support from FAO and funds from the German government, started by putting together a multi-stakeholders platform which comprised of the government of Sierra Leone, civil society organizations, private sector, tenure right holders, and traditional leaders.
We've had every year an annual multi-stakeholder platform that brings close to over 300 participants coming all over Sierra Leone. So the first phase ended in 2016 with the development of a national land policy which had been developed in 2015 and then launched officially in 2017.
With the new land policy in place, raising awareness on land tenure in communities was initiated, highlighting the rights of women to land.
When it comes to land administration, most times the women actually push themselves away from land issue, thinking land is a man issue. And I will tell you, in those communities we've worked, it's different now.
That engagement we don't get with the Ministry of Lands and the FAO don't really make the women in this part of the world are conscious of their right as far as land ownership is concerned.
The Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, and their implementing partners supported the government of Sierra Leone to map out customary land in 4 districts in the country.
The new national land policy recommend that that is done. And the reason for doing that, people don't know their boundaries. Or if you never know your boundaries, which time what you think is a boundary will disappear.
And Amati Bikana Michiefdom, they say they want for help the community to map up their land, the family land, the village land, and the outer boundaries.
Then come with some machine them. The machine then they go and do subio. They give me paint, who reach out put.
It no matter what you will get, but what the GPS don't show. And what people they agree for. I think they better. So it's good from a chiefdom.
The government now have announced high level of commitment for the implementation of the VGGT. So what we have done is to now enshrine VGGT into our normal way of doing business. Now the institutional framework is government-owned.
The foundation was for us to set up the governance structures. The foundation was for us to send the message out, to get everybody on board, and we have so many stakeholders.